All right, let's see what happens. And here we go. Everybody, see if anyone shows up today. Lovely winter day. Finally, a Saturday where I can paint, where nothing's going wrong. And let's get some Cocaine Bear done. Let's get some Cocaine Bear done. You know, why isn't the chat popped out? What's going on? What's up, Zip? I see you got some snow down there, huh? Thank you, Zip. I mean, Mike. I can say Mike. You got some snow down there? Things are looking good. And thank you. Yeah, the interview went great, I thought. Wow, all fluffy and white. Nice. We were supposed to get a ton of snow, and we got like nothing. Bunch of lake effect. So, yeah, I think I got to go and look at all the comments, but so far it's looking pretty good. Every time I post a video, post one of those, I got to like take a break. Uh-oh, not over yet. Got more? What are they thinking? What's the final total going to be? Sound good? Too loud, too bad? I haven't checked it. I didn't do a test, but whatever. Gonna do some base coating, maybe a little washes today. Got this ready to go. Let's go over head cam. And there we go. So I primed it. Did a little zenithal prime on there. I think the goal is to like a mud, and then I'm going to put grass over that. Rocks. So I'm going to paint this like mud brown, a little dark brown. Figure out a way to do the rocks. Figure out a way to do logs. That's what it's looking like so far. I think I like the way the edges kind of turned out. I was going to maybe add some more, but I'm just going to leave it the way it ended up. I left it kind of flat there with nothing on it. But I think that's where we are. And the pin, oh, and I base coated the bear too. So not base coat, I primed it with Citadel Chaos Black, which is a nice kind of satin finish to it. And I think that just is a really good just base coat for the bear. And we're going to have camera issues again. Really? Focus. There we go. Jeez. So there's the bear. Not quite sure how I want to paint the bear yet. I'm not too thrilled with my seaming. Like this seam down here, I think that hides well enough, but man, that's kind of rough looking. And you can't really see it till there's paint on there. So kind of hard to say what. I think it's okay. From a distance, it's not bad. And it's kind of, I'm not trying to win any awards with this. I just want to get it done. But it stands. I'm going to put a better pin in there. I was going to build up some mud around his feet, but I think with a bigger pin, it'll happen when I glue it. Let me get back over to this. When I do get some glue, I'll find a better way. It doesn't really show that well. Let's angle this camera a little. Hey, Steve. And then angle down a little bit so we can see a little more. What's in the way? Oh, it's looking at the... That's not good. Let's try and do... There. Wait. There. Pop the camera up a little. That works. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm going for. I still need to figure out a way to make the bag. But that's, I think, what we're doing. So let's just start throwing some paint on there, see what happens. Hope everybody's having a good day. I don't expect much out of this video. I'm not even going to use a wet palette, I think, because I just want to kind of slop some paint around. So not going to use a great brush for that. Just going to grab this one. And I think You put this on vibrate, and then get into the swing of things. Okay. So I think I was looking at this color mixed with, no, not that. Throw some other browns in there. So some dark golden brown, dark orange brown. Let's do this. I don't think I used some of these colors before. What are you guys working on? Anything? Sitting at home, just watch TV? It's a good color. Dark umber. So that's what I'm going. Wait, let's go overhead. Dark umber first. What's with the? Is it all this? Is it all my Skaven? Is there just too much in the background? Dark umber first. I'm gonna make just a couple little wells of paint here. Get off me. Oh, the good old Model Mania videos. Man, I haven't watched one of those. I'd like to go back and watch it. I don't even know if I have them. Somebody I knew had them, so I didn't. If I wonder, does David own the Terry? I wonder who owns the Model Mania videos. Is it David or Terry? I'm sure it's David. David should just put those up on YouTube and then earn money off of advertising from them. At this point, I think that's a really good idea for those videos. I think people would get a kick out of them. Yeah, I think they're David. Ooh, Steve, that sounds like. Is that big? How big is a submarine? All right, let's start with the dark umber. And I'm just going to zoom in a little. There, down a little. There we go. So I'm just going to put a bunch of brown in there. Probably just that much brown. That's a dark umber. Just throw some of this and throw some of this. They're not that different from each other, but it's going to be a good starting point. So that's colors I'm picking. What is up? Come on. There we go. So there's the colors. That orange doesn't help, but I'll get my brush wet. Tap it a couple times. Just start painting. I'm going to hold with the rocks side and just kind of start getting it in there. Be kind of careful around these, but not too careful. Still plan on throwing some other, like I said, grass on top of this. So I'm just kind of going around, just kind of blending as I go. A little more water. Yep. Probably eat up most of my paint in this. Yeah, what kit is that? Yeah, I don't think he's ever gonna make more I wouldn't. I just put them up, load them, convert them to MP3, put them up or MP4s, put them on YouTube. But I think he's just done, so maybe not. So before I put any of the turf on, I'm gonna have everything painted is the goal. But oh, it is. Yeah, I think he'd do pretty good. I mean, he'd get a lot of views, I think, eventually. How dated are some of the techniques, though? Like, are there better ways to do things these days? Or is it just a good um, primer for people who aren't familiar with painting figures? But it's got to be just straight up 90s goodness. Does Dave have a mullet? Hey, Sungar, does Dave have a mullet in those videos? I don't remember. Or had he cut his hair by then? Kind of blend in the colors around. I don't know, what's with the focus today? Yeah, the mullet perm type of thing. I did that when I had really long hair and I went to go get it cut. I was trying to cut it and just trim it. And the lady cut it just like Dave's, where it was really short on top. It was like total like 80s rock star, really short on top, but kind of long on the sides and in the back. I went home and cried and then shaved my. Yeah, he does have the dangly earring. He's an old goth guy like me, but he's a little ahead of my time. So that's where his style was more towards that, like the 80s goth. Looks pretty good. Focus. All right, yeah, that's looking okay. Looks like dirt. Throwing some of this in here too, just to break it up. Or do you need more of this brown, of the dark umber? Like I said, using just a crappy brush to, because this texture will tear up a really good one. I think that's good. My thoughts, I don't know what color to paint all the rocks. Go for the grays, reds, browns. I think this got to be kind of like the gray. If I think back to the movie, it's kind of like blue-gray stones and the waterfall part. I'm going to kind of go off of that. It's pretty good. Oh, it's this. These I think are supposed to be grass or rock. Or fossils in the base. I never knew what those are. Yeah, that's kind of how it'll be. A little more over here. Break it up a bit. Need more already. More of this. More of this. I saw AK has some, I don't know, they must have sent out a bunch of free paint to a bunch of people because I saw a bunch of streams for the new AK washes that came out, which are replacing the deep shades that I did a video on, and they look pretty good. And I've been having problems with the Agrax that I've been using, that I will be using on this project. It's been ended up like satiny, and it looks like these new ones might not have that, and they have a color pretty close to that. So I'm gonna have to try that out. They changed their formula. Games Workshop did back in 2022, I think, and it's not as flat as it once was, which is sucky. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. That's not bad. What is the movie took place? What was it? Tennessee? Was it Tennessee? I think it was Tennessee or Kentucky, something like that. Where did the movie take place? It's Tennessee. Or Georgia? Hold up, dollar bill. I would not know what that means. Maybe light gray with some brown washes. Cocaine Bear. Where did it was I remember it being like on the sign in the movie, but now I don't remember where it took place. Northern Georgia? That's what it was. It was somewhere around there. The color of the mountains in Georgia. Actually, my parents are driving through there right now. Should have them take pictures. What is this? I think it's supposed to be grass. It just doesn't look like grass. It's here too. What is that? What are those supposed to be? They're in the base. They're in the original base. I think it's grass. I'm just going to paint it like rocks. And maybe I'm going to put some shrubbery there. That's what I'll do. Some shrubbery. Go and find us a shrubbery. All right, I think I have a decent base coat on here. Right, let's get there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I actually want to break this up a little here. What color is the dirt in Georgia? The nights. I remember the very first. I know exactly where I was when I watched Monty Python for the very first time in the Holy Grail. This kid invited. I was in 7th grade, and this kid invited me over to his house to hang out, or like just to hang out on a Saturday. And he was showing me his bearded dragon and his all this other stuff. And he's like, "Have you ever seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he put it on, and I was just like, "Oh, that's beautiful." I'm working on the Prehistoric Scenes Cave Bear. Sorry. I'm working on the Prehistoric Scenes Cave Bear. Turn it into Cocaine Bear is the plan. So if anyone's coming into the stream late, that's what we're working on. It's right there. So we're just kind of base coating the base. That's where we are. Red clay, red orange. So great. So I picked exactly the wrong colors for my base. Wonderful. I think it works though. Actually, let me go grab some. Throw some of this in there. Burnt sienna. What's this? Burnt umber. No, let's do some burnt sienna. Put that in there. Oh, okay. I'll put some of this in there though. It'll break it up even more. Mix a little more of this in there. There we go. Georgia clay. Doing it. Let's see if this works. Does it still work? No. Hold on. Hold, please. I have to be on there. Why can't I look at? Oh, wait, here. Why is this not working? Oh, it got flipped for some reason. There we go. Georgia clay. Georgia clay soil. Images. Oh. Oh, great. Oh, actually, that's not that far off. It's not that far off. It would look like, let's see, this. That's not far off at all. Like this. And this is kind of, is there a good picture of what I was thinking? This is kind of what I was thinking the grass should look like. So I'll have this dirt underneath with the grass turf stuff over the top. So yeah, that works. Okay. Wait, let me just, it's not that far off, actually. Hey, Raccoon Eyes. Join us. We're looking at pictures of dirt. The life of a modeler. So let me just kind of tap this around. Wait. Let me look up Cocaine Bear. Are there pictures of the... Is there a picture of the waterfall? Wait, here's the... No, not really. So kind of like the ground there. This is what I'm going for. Kind of like there's some gravel there, but in the background, that the grass over it. There's no, wait, there. There's the rocks. They're like gray. Those are the rocks I'm thinking of. Exactly. All right, Chattanooga National Forest. There we, yeah, because that's where, okay. But there's the rocks. They're like a grayish, brown, white ferns. We gotta get some ferns. Want me to type Chattanooga one? National Park. Images. Forest. Did I spell forest wrong? Yes. There we go. Okay. Where's something like, ooh, there. Okay. Oh, they're like a, that's the color I was thinking of, like a grayish white, like a silver almost. Not nougat. What do you mean? And we figured it out. How do you spell nougat? Chattanooga. Chattahoochee. Oh, what the heck is Oochie? What do you guys got down there in the south? Ah, a lot of moss covered stuff. We'll do that. There we go. So yeah, it's a lot of flagstone looking stuff. Chattahoochee National. There we go. Oh, okay. Okay. Have you ever had to say not nougat before? Today was the day. Where is Chattanooga? That's Tennessee. We're talking Georgia. I got confused. I'm old. Give me a break. Let's put some more of this red. It's kind of blended in. I'm just thinning it down kind of as I go. Going into those places. Breaking up that color. It's not the same everywhere. Mix some in there. Some of that. Most of this will never be seen again. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. Thanks, Mike. That's pretty close. And that was what? 15 minutes worth of painting and stumbling around on the internet? Oh no, Johansson's here. Johansson, you're supposed to be putting a printer together. What happened? What happened? Where's your printer? Where's that printer you told me earlier you were going to put together? Oh, lazy. Thanks, Steve. All right, just doing a little like dry brushing on the edges a little bit, which I'll probably do in a minute. Got to dry it. Throw a wash on there. But let's talk about the stones. Okay. So, Pro Acryl makes some really nice. These are the colors I think are going to work the best. They're these. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm excited. So we got. There's got to be. These are good. Hold up. Some of them I've never used before, but this is what I've been going for. It'd be good. What's this? Yep. The perfect color. Hey guys, so Scott's mad at me because I won't help him take a printer out of a box. That sounds like something a 60-year-old man should be able to do on his own. I don't understand. But, you know, he's getting old. Look at this. Focus. Brown gray. It's my apron, so if I don't want to ruin my clothes. Why does everyone always say a bulletproof vest? And how do you come up number 1 already? It's not, always says that. This is a really good color too. Bright brown gray. That's very close. That's what we're talking about. Plus this also, there's a little catcher thing here. If I drop something, it goes in my lap. So let's just keep this palette going. Again, we're staying away from the wet palette today. Oh, I've never used this one. And just using the dry palette, trying to be a little painterly with this, just slopping it. I just got paint on my forehead. I felt it. Not worried about this. This is my bad hoodie. This is my paint hoodie that I wear to work all the time. You know, my block has a history. My block has a history. So we're going to put some of this in there. Let's see. Here. That color. That's a good color. For rocks. And we'll do some brown washes over them. Do some gray washes over them. This is that brown gray. That's a nice color. That's a nice color. The only problem I have with some pro acrylic is that there's a little washer, like styrofoam washer in there. And sometimes it comes out of the cap. Shh. Dumb. Gray green. Let's see this one. I love this hoodie. My American Giant hoodies are awesome. They're the best hood. Look at this. Look at that hood. That's a good hood. I have a history. Where would we like to start? Where would we like to start? Come on. There we go. That's a nice color. Rob Halford. That is kind of, he stole it off of me. I think we talked about it. There's that one video where yeah, gray rocks. Scott, you missed the whole research project. We researched what forest the movie takes place in. And look, Scott, these are the rocks. They're like a brownish gray, green, with some tan on there. Oh, my history. Well, I was born. Turns out I'm a Hoosier. Technically. Born in Indiana. Why is this not coming out? Why am I a moron? Nothing like, it's not a live stream until Scott calls me a moron. For no reason. I've done nothing. I think those are good wood colors too for the logs. Let's see. All right, let's just start picking these out as we go. Here's the colors I'm starting with. This doesn't start. I don't know why it's not. Maybe you should slow down. There may be a comment thing that keeps you from spamming. You know what I mean? So if you're like spamming the comment section over and over, it might throttle what you're doing. Let's zoom in here. So it might be throttling you. Yeah, thank you, Zip. It is an anti-bullying feature. It sees you're bullying me. And I'm just using the same ratty brush. And I'm just going to kind of blend colors on in place. Throttle more. More. We need more throttle. Don't worry. He'll get bored and move away in a moment. Maybe I'll probably do a little darker on the back. Get some black. Need some black. Scott, you should live stream putting your printer together. Set up a camera. I'll give you the code. Just make it darker on the back side of it. It's not bad. The color as a base. Bring in some other ones. Let that dry. He gets his feelings hurt so easy, you guys. You must be nice to the Johansson or he will cry. He can dish. He can dish. He can't take. You leave my mother alone. She's not home. I think they're in Georgia right now on their way to Florida. She didn't tell you, Scott? She was leaving town. That's surprising. I thought you two were close. That's funny. Just kind of picking out the edges. I'll go back. Some washes and stuff. Oh, yeah. Then where's my dad? You there too? Oh no, this rock came loose. Okay, a little. No, that's too much. You're such a piece of. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. Can you even like create texture that's not there? By kind of streaking your colors, we're getting a shine. It's wet, but. And I'm using this giant fatty brush, so don't. Oh, bye, Scott. I hope you do it. All right, on Discord tonight, if I'm there, do you think you'll have the printer done? My guess is no. And same thing on these rocks, probably just tap in. The bigger ones, I'll probably tap in a little extra color on there. Now, I watched this stupid, it's not stupid. I watched this channel on YouTube called Clegg's Adventures. And I think he's always on the Ohio River. So I think he's somewhere in southern Ohio. And he goes around looking for arrowheads and Native American like stuff. And he built his own sifter. He goes down to the river edge and gets mud But he always pulls these rocks out of the ground. And he said the rocks that are red, like if a rock has like a red look to it, it's hard to explain. They were used as like fire for stones for Native Americans to help heat things. So they would get these rocks hot over and over and over again. And over time, they get this red look to them. And it's pretty cool. Like you'd see a rock like that and never think in a million years that's what it was used for. And it's cool to see what he does when he comes up with stuff. And like stuff he would just walk past. And the guy's really enthusiastic. So it's Clegg's Adventures, I think is his name of his channel. And it's like Oak Island, but he actually finds stuff and it's a lot shorter and they don't repeat the same thing over and over. Speaking of which, where's my Oak Island people? Last couple episodes. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. Tap in some more of these colors. There's some rocks under the wood. I'll have to clean that back up in a second. Ooh, I touched the rock. I wonder if Dave would do it. They should. AFM should have a YouTube channel anyway, going forward, but I don't know. How can it just me? No, I have my parents, my mom and dad watched Oak Island. It can't just be me and Brian. My brother watches Oak Island. I have a kid at work that watches Oak Island. There's a new hot archaeologist. There's 2 new hot chicks on the show. So, and I think the bottom of the fire pit should be what? So I'm going to put some more. Let's just see. Like these shouldn't all be the same color stones, right? You don't know a single person? Have you watched it ever? Just ash gray, yeah. I was thinking of finding something ash-like to just kind of sprinkle in there. I gotta have something. Actually, maybe real ashes. That kind of works. So let's just. I don't want them to. Wait, what was that other color? Warm gray. Where's that gray green? Black brown. Brown gray. Drab brown. No. Some neutral gray. The thing that really made me mad this week, and it really makes me think that there's something definitely went on that island. But so now they were thinking the Knights Templar went there and dropped stuff off. Makes sense with some of the stuff. Then they're talking about the Knights of Malta. And for 5 years, they've been talking about the Knights of Malta. Just so happens there's a Knights of Malta museum 15 minutes south of where the island is. But yet they fly to like Malta to go investigate instead of just going straight to the museum that's next door. It's like, what? Royal Rumble's tonight, and I don't think I'm going to watch. Some black. I forgot. It's in Saudi Arabia, and I don't think I'm going to watch. They must have spent, dude, I don't even know. It's got to be well over into the millions. But then I was wondering, how much are they actually paying for it? And how much is the History Channel paying for? Like, do they have a blank check from the History Channel at some point? Because I think it's their most popular show. They got to be raking in the dough on advertising for Oak Island. Just add on some black in there. And then I'll do some more later, but yeah, I know. I'm right there. I do have a secret show that I watched, which is Married at First Sight. How terrible that show is, but it gives me my crazy chick fix. When you're not out there anymore getting in adventures, I miss, you get hooked on the crazy. And that show provides a nice little shot of crazy. So I want to get some red into these stones. The inside, maybe. They all kind of look different, but now they're all starting. Ah, hermits. Some more. They look too samey right now. No, it's not bad. Need some paper towels. Ugh. Or no, where's my... Did I lose it? I printed a, is it in here? Oh, crap. I printed a dry brush palette. I don't know where I put it. It's been a while. It's been a while. I missed a stone. I missed a stone right here. I think I might wait to do the logs after everything else. Just so that, I don't know. I'll red these up a little on the inside with some darker colors, like you said. That dark down towards the bottom. Yeah, I got paper towels. That's not fun, though. Started we watching Penny Dreadful. I need, that's such a good show. Eva Green is the most beautiful woman. I think everyone does a pretty good job on that show. And I really like the monster on that. He actually looks like me when I had my black hair. It's kind of weird. Let me see if Native American. I'm gonna see if I can find those rocks. Hold up. Let's talk about. Heatstone? No, I can't find it now. Yeah, Raccoon Eyes. I'm glad you got some stuff in this show. It was exciting. And that turned out really, yeah, that Michael Meyer looked really good. Oh no, a rock fell. I don't have any glue over here. Where's my glue? Oh, it's on the other side. I'll glue it later or just skip it. I can't spell or think most days at this point. Now, I know this looks a little brushy, if that's the right word, but I'm going to come back later. Because I'm going to do a wash over everything and then let that dry and probably stop there for now while it dries. That bear, I don't know. I don't know what to do about the bear. Painting just something all black. I'm gonna have the brown, you know, brown bears have like that tan nose, so I gotta make sure I get that in there. But different colors. That's way too. You know, I started out trying to make them all look different, but they ended all up looking exactly the same. Okay. Yeah, I'm not liking that. Sub freezing in Boston. Uh-oh. Yeah, everybody's getting nailed. Yeah, I didn't schedule anything. I just decided to pop on and finally get some work done. So let's just let this dry. Let me hit it with the hair dryer. Which is where? But how you doing, Al? It's fine. It was 27 degrees here today, which is the warmest it's been in a long time. I bought this new hairdryer and I don't like it. It doesn't get hot enough. Working out. What is that? All right, so that's where we are. Not bad. All right, let's try. Let's try this. $70. Kirk, not fair. Not fair at all. What's my big wash brush? All right, so I'm going to try this. So these AK deep shades, I guess they got discontinued. I did say to stay healthy. I need to do that. We were just talking about it. I need to eat better. I eat like complete garbage. So the problem with these deep shades is if you saw it, like they are thick for a wash, like really thick. And I kind of want to use them up because if they did just replace all this and they have a new line of washes out, I'm not gonna be able to get these again anyway. So I'm gonna just use them up. And let's use which brush? I want to use this shade brush and mix this up. Not nearly enough to do this whole thing. So I should. I think I have. I thought I bought a bottle of terrain wash somewhere. Did I? Yes. What color is this? What color is this? So this Vallejo Game Wash dipping form, is this? I can't remember. I don't. It's like a black. Let's pour some in there. See what it does. That's kind of what I was going for. It's not bad. So that's the Vallejo Game Wash. Smells okay. Let me throw some more. I'm throwing in a Lamia medium. Actually, let me just, yeah. I'll just spill it everywhere. Thank you, Games Workshop, for making the worst bottles in the history of bottles. And I just got some on there. Wonderful. Okay. So we're going to do an all over wash of this whole thing. And then I'm going to have to let it dry. So just tie it all together. I'm going to even do the wood just to see. Get in there. Should have a Lazy Susan here, but it's not a bad color, actually. This is going to get any of the spots I missed in the ground that and create some depth, but it's going to find any of the little spots that I missed. Get in here, add some texture. Hey, it's going okay. How are you, Ansel? Need a smaller brush to get in some of those spots. This is a nice, this is the Citadel, I think their terrain brush. It's really good for this. It's got thick, coarse bristles on there. It's not going to get tore up very easily. But that's looking pretty good. I'm already almost out. Come on. I gotta make more. Uh-oh. Send in pictures, whatever it is. I'd love to see it. If you could, if you can. And just drag the stuff that dripped. All right, I ran out. Great. Great. Some more of this. The lid was on. The lid made it on. Hands are a filthy mess. Now you guys get to see how terrible of clean painter I am. All right, thin it down just a little. I want to save this if there's any left, but I don't think there will be. There we go. Yeah, all right, it's close enough. Do all the stones, do everything. That Vallejo stuff has a weird smell to it, though. I don't think it's bad, but it just, I mean, bad isn't bad for you. There's just a weird smell to it. So this is why I wasn't too worried about the rocks yet, because I knew they were going to get covered up with this wash a little bit. So just kind of getting it in there, get all the edges. Logs. Edge. Everything's looking good. Do little darker spots here and there. Why didn't that rock go? Okay. So I gotta let that dry. So I think I'm gonna probably hit the pause button there. Maybe come back tomorrow. Or even I can't do it later tonight. We'll see. That's looking. What if I just hit it with? I'm spilling water everywhere. Ugh. I'm gonna put a lid on this. I need something to set this on. Set that on there. Will that stay? There we go. All right. So I'm going to put a lid on that, save it. I have a feeling I'll need it later. It will dry. These things aren't the best at keeping things, but it'll keep it long enough. Let this dry for a bit. Let me hit this with the hairdryer. Come on, stay. So next, I think I'm gonna do a little dry brushing to bring out the rocks. And then I think I might go straight to the grass, turf stuff. Because I don't like to just sprinkle the grass on without painting that too a little bit. So that's gonna involve I gotta mix some glue up for that. So I gotta do that. So how's it going, Bear? No, I've never heard that. If you breathe into the cup, hold up. Breathe into the cup as you seal it, the CO2 displaces the O2 and it keeps longer. That is a dandy tip. I'm going to do that. Just drying this out. Get a slight dry on it. Go on there. And then I gotta, like I said, I gotta mix up the glue. So I gotta let it sit a little longer anyway. So wait, here we go. All right. CO2 sealed in there. But that actually, let's zoom out a little. Temps are dropping. What's it like in Orlando? So we got below zero in Boston. We got snow in the Carolinas. Where's that? Let's test the bear. What happened again? What happened? How'd that get dinged? There we go. So that's not bad. I hate this camera though. The lighting. I'm gonna figure that out. So there's the lighting. There's the bear. It looks so contrasty. I have to work on that. Is it the light? Let me see. Does that change anything? No. Just get a weird shadow. Plus it's all black. So I think that's where we'll stop it today, everybody, just for now. Let that dry. And then do some dry brushing. Come back. I don't want to rush it on that. So I'm gonna let that dry. 47 might drop into the low 30s, high 20s. Oh boy. My oranges. My sweet, delicious oranges. This stuff's super sticky. It's Vallejo stuff. This alcohol takes it off. It does. All right, Steve. Yep, we'll see everybody in a bit. I am going to let this dry, come back, do the turf. You know what? I promise I'm going to get on tomorrow around the same time and do it then. Try and get 2 days of streaming done. That'd be nice for once. So thank you all for joining me. Just hang out for a bit. And then, yeah, I'll probably try and be on Discord later. We'll see. That dried out my hands quite a bit. We'll see everybody later. Take care.